Is Procore worth it in 2026, or are you just signing up for a shiny, overpriced headache? Let me break it down for you, fast and straight to the point. First, Procore is not a scam. It's the gold standard for managing huge construction projects. Think hospitals, schools, massive infrastructure. If you're a big general contractor juggling millions in legal headaches, this is your safety net. But if you're running a small to mid-sized outfit, maybe you do HVAC, paving, or residential jobs under $10 million a year, brace yourself. Procore's costs can feel brutal. Their pricing in 2026, it's tied to your revenue, not your seats. So if your annual construction volume doubles, your software bill might triple, even if you barely use half the features. And trust me, there are a lot of features, too many for most small teams. You'll probably end up paying for tools you rarely touch, RFIs, drawings, submittals, all great, if you actually need them all. Plus, the learning curve is rough. Expect 3 to 6 months before your office staff is truly comfortable. Some firms even hire a whole Procore admin just to keep up. Recent layoffs, about 300 jobs gone, show Procore is feeling the slowdown in construction tech. That's not a red flag, but it shows the platform is evolving. Let's talk ratings. G2 gives it a 4.6 out of 5. Great for organization, but everyone complains about the price. Capterra, 4.5. Trust Radius, 8.7 out of 10, especially for big jobs that need financial transparency. So, what's the bottom line? If you're managing giant commercial builds, Procore can be a game changer. Unlimited users, awesome offline field tools, and bulletproof documentation. But for smaller contractors, the cost, complexity, and rigid workflows just don't add up. Before you sign that contract, ask yourself, do I need a freight train, or is a pickup truck enough? That's your honest Procore verdict for 2020.